Welcome back to Starladder StarSeries I-League Season 8. We're coming back with the second map of Invictus taking on Vitality. Invictus just falling with only 3 rounds in that first one. Bit of a rough showing back on Nuke, but what can you do, Harry? And now we're going to move over to Mirage, the map where hopefully Invictus will be able to have a little bit of a better showing. It's their map pick in the series. It's their chance, their time to shine. Do you have higher expectations moving into map 2?
Well, you know, Mirage at least allows them to play a little bit more puggy. You can try and, you know, set your individuals up to succeed. Also, you know, you can hold a bit more of an established default to deny any of this rampant aggression we were seeing from the Vitality side. However, I'm imagining some results similar to what we saw on Nuke.
Like a reckoning, is that what you're implying, Harry? That's what I'm feeling. But let's see where the knife round goes. It's looking good for Invictus, and they will take it back to back. They got it on the previous map, picked that CT side, but it didn't really go too well for them.
No, it did not. That said, I think in this matchup, sides matter a lot less, right? Like, I think... Yeah. If you're Invictus, I don't even really know which one you would rather start on. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing the T side start from them. But that way they can kind of dictate the pace a bit more. We can see them play their own game. And also, if Vitality do try and come in with any of that aggression, you can just counter it by holding a nice established default and trading nicely off of one another. If
only it was that simple, Harry. If only it was that simple.
Yeah, I know.
I do agree, though. It's a great concept, but I feel like, you know, if Vitality starts CT, they're not going to have much respect.
I just think that, you know, you can really at least try and give yourself the best chance to succeed, right? And, you know, if Vitality are going to go aggressive on the CT side, well, then, you know, just hold for it. You get that first kill, mate, and then you just play off the back of it.
Wow, Harry,
I should be coaching.
Are you offering coaching services?
I am.
Yeah,
you know, if you want, is PayPal. I offer pretty reasonable rates, right? I think. I don't know, what, $5 a session is all good?
How long's a session?
Hour and a half.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
That's, you know,
so
I'd be
if you book for a double session, I'll give you 20% off. It's only $8,000.
Wow. And that's only for an hour and a half.
No, it's 3 hours, double session.
Oh, wow. You're generous, Harry.
Hey, I mean, you know, someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do the dirty work. Those odds from GG Bet.
Ooh.
I don't know, man. I swear.
They're getting bigger and bigger by the second.
Yeah, they are. They're still putting this one very, very favorably in favor of Team Vitality. And I can't say I blame them. You've got a team that many might not have heard of on one side in Invictus, and then Vitality, a team that have been rising up through the ranks at an astonishing rate and are really hoping to lock in a playoff position here.
Maybe too fast, Harry. Maybe too good as they're getting into this best-of-3 series. And I mean, this is probably, I'd like to think, this is probably the most one-sided opening matchup we'll have today. Not the most one-sided matchup we're going to have this tournament, or at least for the opening games. Evil Genius is taking on 5-Power tomorrow. I think that will be pretty savage as well. Other than that, Fnatic Imperial, another one-sided game that there should definitely be Fnatic's way, and those are all the super one-sided games, right? We got NIP Furia, which is supposed to be, but I also feel like, you know, that Furia could definitely put NIP on the back seat. They could definitely give them a run for the money. I mean, and every other team here is competitive.
I think out of that one, I think out of NIP Furia, honestly, I'm leaning in favor of Furia. I didn't really like what I saw from NIP back in the Pro League. They were pretty slow starters as well, if you recall. Day 1 and Day 2 were pretty dismal. It was by Day 3 that they'd really picked things up on the NIP squad.
Well,
so you get off to a slow start here, and you will be dropping down into that lower bracket. So it's all to play for. Vadim starting things off over here in window on this CT side. Invictus, they have gone for that CT side pick. And early on, they've already got players over in Palace, so they should have information. With no one at ramp, no one in Palace, you'd think you'd see a couple more players edging over towards B, and they will now begin this rotation. Flying, given a couple of chances there to find some kills, but it's X-Pro to open up, and he has got the man advantage in favor of Invictus now. RPK immediately trades him out. And now we're back into equal odds, 4-on-4 in the retake.
Oh, nice dink. Shox is really low. He's just got to hide behind the bench. He won't be able to get spammed through it, though. using that headshot angle while he still can, but USPs are going to be better at range. He's waiting for the time to strike, but RPK is striking them down in the market, and ZywOo with 2 on short. That is a slaughter for Vitality out of nowhere. It was suddenly a 4-on-4 and then immediately a 4-on-0. Vitality find all the kills and a nice aggressive setup as well. That rotation, coming in for the likes of Invictus from the window. It was Vadim as the first man back into that B bomb site. Once they realized it was a B play, like you said, Palace was taken, ramp was pushed, all the info was there for Invictus. But Vitality, they got the bomb down so quickly that Invictus were immediately on the back foot. And now into round number 2. Invictus with a bit of investment. Not a full buy, though. X-Pro will be full buying, and he better make it worth its while because everyone else wants to buy guns next round. Which, although I say that, it likely even going to be seeing a 4th round buy with the amount of investment that we have had here. Deagles and armor. Deagles and grenades, sorry, with only 1 man on armor, and he's already been stripped out of this round. X-Pro getting picked up in the CT spawn. Apex has already pushed jungle, and look at the amount of control that Vitality have got.
The bomb is still in T spawn. They've got to go back and get that.
Or do they, really?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. If you go hunting, you might not like what you find. This murder hole is being held by so many crosshairs. Apex... Still going to remove one, and yeah, they might not need that bomb after all. ZywOo is hounding down these remaining players. However, Vadim, almost doubling up, helps out, and then Fionn quickly traded by Shock. So Vitality get that one back under control. They keep 3 players alive, and they'll get off to that 2-0 start they were looking for. I'm agreeing with you. I don't think we see a buy until round number 4, which, considering Invictus was showing over on Nuke, they were more than willing to take those full eco rounds in the second, and they didn't do that here on Mirage. So, yeah, they will just have to go back in with these pistols. They've got some utility around it again.
They've loved their HE grenades. I noticed that back on Nuke on all these ecos, just, picking up HEs over, like, P250s. I wonder the concept there, right? It's not like they're really combining them for many double nades, but this might be a difference because we've got a lot of players up on Cat throwing them in mid. Not much damage, really, and Apex going to catch a first man moving through. In the smoke is Fionn, and no longer in the smoke is Fionn. Everyone's getting picked up here. Shock's wall banging X-Pro through the triple box and flying. Well, he's got to fly high in this round. 1-on-5, and ZywOo is ready for it. Ooh, not so ready, though. There's a kill. There's a MAC-10, and he's not going to get much further. Trying to pick up the gun. Shocks takes him down, and that's going to be Vitality off to a 3-0 beginning on this T side rather. So comfortable on the terraced halves. And yeah, now that I think back to Nuke and how dominant that first half was, right? 12-3 on the T side of Nuke, and now I see them on the T side of Mirage. I get a little bit worried.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, I would have loved to have seen the T side start come out from Invictus. We didn't really get to see a T side from them on Nuke. That's the thing, when you go 12-3 on the half and then you lose the pistol, you don't get a second half. You get 4 rounds, and
one of them has a bye.
Yeah, nice flash there. Fionn helping, Koshak helping Fionn out to get that opener there onto Shocks. And so now starting this round with a man advantage, Invictus. 5v4 and a boost already employed. X-Pro's got a gap in this smoke to try and exploit. Alex does have to be careful. He's the only man left in mid. This is looking like the B split from Vitality. There's a smoke down in connector. Vadim's on this angle. Ooh. He gets dinked almost immediately and isn't quite able to deal with these players in the apartments. This B bomb site has been cracked wide open. Flying at least removes Alex there. Allows for these rotations to come in. But no one from Vitality is missing a beat right now. Fionn and Koshak, this feels like a save.
Yeah, one thing I am liking is Vitality aren't messing around despite being the expected victors in this game. They're taking it very seriously, and some really nice executes. Not only that, but just looking so warmed up. These shots being hit by the AKs are brutal, and Invictus, they had a 5-on-4. They had everything going for them. That boost on short gets read by Alex, who gets away with a kill. And then Vadim, who is double scoped in on the apartments, wasn't able to get anything done with that AWP as well. It's an unfortunate round for Invictus. A 4-0 lead for Vitality. And they're on the hunt, Harry. I won't be able to find anything.
Another thing to note is both here and on Nuke, we saw ZywOo with a couple of opportunities to pick the AWP up, and he just keeps deciding against it. These fast plays are working brilliantly. And so I don't think they feel the pressure to bring, or the need to bring that AWP out just yet. Maybe if we see Invictus put up a little more resistance, that's when we look for this AWP to come out over on the T side. But right now, the fast, explosive plays from Vitality are very much working. A tactical pause called in for Invictus. This is the time now for their coach to try and weigh in.
And if I think back to Nuke, I can't recall any tactical pauses from Invictus. Vitality called one at like 3-1. But other than that, it was pretty devoid of... is that the right word? I don't know. Lacking.
Devoid.
Devoid, that was it. Yeah, pretty devoid of pauses. So... a weird one, but finally coming through. Hey, better late than never. That's what I... This is a rough morning, Harry, isn't it? I'm having an aneurysm right now.
I went and got you a coffee.
Better late than never.
It's all good. Better late than never is the name of my Minecraft mixtape that's coming out. So make sure to download that.
We're talking magma blocks.
Yeah. Is this going to be a ghastly round from Invictus? Or are they going to pick this one back up? Well, they try the aggression at ramp, and at least Koshak is able to trade. I'm liking the little duality between him and Fionn here at the ramp side of the map. Shox actually does just decide to concede this area for now, and we'll start to back away. Vadim over in middle, doesn't have that AWP. Instead, he's relegated down to the FAMAS, and just as he stops watching the connector to try and help his teammate out, Apex comes in with the immediate peek. And these two players now leaving the B site, but this looks to be where the players coming in for Vitality.
Yeah, they got a pick towards connector, but they just smoked it off. That gives them the room to move up Cat without getting killed from the back of A site. And there you go, empty B bomb site, Harry. Doesn't really get much better than that for Vitality. They're probably wondering, why is there no one here? And Invictus have to rotate back in, but yeah, with that kill, there's just no way they can win the round. Flying, and Koshak may as well save, but a UMP is not really the gun you want to be holding on to. And this is going to be a 5-0 lead, Harry. When will Vitality concede a round is what I'm wondering. Will Vitality concede a round is what I'm wondering.
Well, I think, I've been liking the ramp aggression from Invictus. I feel like they can't look to throw that in again, though, right? They've done it in a lot of these buy rounds thus far. Vitality are definitely going to wisen up to that, especially because it was good to get them the man advantage in the round prior to this. It didn't work this time around, though. I'd love to see an attempt at maybe that top mid smoke going down, and maybe we see them look to do that bait and switch setup in middle, perhaps with a player in window, someone holding top mid, and then you can fight both underpass and the top of middle.
Ooh, double AWP.
But yeah, I mean, with the double AWP coming in, that's definitely not going to be the play in this round from Invictus. They will get one of these AWPs into the window early. That's Vadim posted up. And through the smoke, he's able to delete Alex. There's literally 3 smokes in mid. He could not see anything. So quite the way to find the pick if you're Invictus. Let's see if these double AWPs can do the damage in this round. I imagine seeing the double AWPs. If Invictus find this one, next round, that's when we see ZywOo bring the AWP out for this T side.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's still, well, actually, 5-on-3 now. Shox getting caught coming out ramp. Now, ZywOo's crossed. Does this information, or is this information apparent for Invictus? Clearly not. ZywOo getting to sandwich and catching Fjord, trying to move towards triple. Molotov could be good, but Koshak is in jungle. He can peek off the back of that regardless. ZywOo retrieving the bomb now. Flashing his teammate towards CT. He's got a cross here, though. Koshak is now on the stairs. Open plant will spell his death. And Koshak dropping the bomb in the open. A good round so far, but RPK's coming in from middle. Even though he's blinded on 1 point of health, he gets away with that frag. Flying stuck in the corner, and RPK will just not stop. 2 kills as the third might just come in. X-Pro getting tagged. Vadim saving the day with the AWP, but he only gets 1, and the trade is in for Apex. 1-on-1 now. Open bomb plant, no fear, and X-Pro is solo.
Yeah, and the fact that Apex saw him at short allowers for that open plant, and Apex has actually faked this all out. He can still watch this from Palace. He's just got to swing wide, and with the bomb planted for ramp, X-Pro has got no idea. And why would you? Palace is not the obvious decision here. Apex is just big-brained X-Pro, and now as he taps that bomb, that's his fate sealed. Apex going to lock that one in from a 1v2 to a Vitality round. Apex and RPK. RPK does such a good job there, right? He is single-handedly the man that makes that entire round doable. Up through the connector, fully blind, gets the first kill, 1 HP, just one taps down the second man over towards jungle. And yeah, CS money, not just skins, but service.
Yes, indeed, Harry. Mid-push, though, from Invictus. It is pistols here in round number 7, and they're getting aggressive very fast. You made the read on the AWP. Zywoo has now got his, but in this round, it won't really be needed. 5 on 3. Koshak's still in the connector with his SMG, and Vitality are just now holding, waiting to see if there's any kind of re-aggression from this Invictus roster. Would make sense considering the man disadvantage, but they've kind of been conditioned to not play for information, because if they do, they're going to die, and you want to live longer, Harry. Vitality had such annoying T-side slowdowns on Nuke, and now they're going to be making their way up Cat. Orb gets given over to Alex. Apex flashing his teammate into the ladder room. No one here. Zywoo does clear that out. Vadim waiting on the B site alone. He's got no support either. Here comes the execute. 50 seconds as Vitality storm out through the apartments. Vadim waiting. Oh, he's been spotted. RPK's dead, though. No AK picked up. He's got to stick with the pistol, and Zywoo will trade immediately. Rotation cut off by Zywoo, and Fjorn is the last man alive. He's in T-spawn.
And I'm loving that Zywoo is so keen to take these AKs, you know, giving the AWP to Alex, even though he's low HP. And Zywoo's looking to show he can do it all right now. He's loving a bit of time on the rifles, is Zywoo.
Yeah.
7-0 for Vitality. This is an even more dominant beginning than Nuke.
It's kind of weird how some of the best AWPers in the world are also hybrid riflers. Like, obviously, you know, you can't just be an AWPer. You need to be able to use a rifle. But if you think of, like, Zywoo and Simple, a lot would tout them as, you know, best, up there as best players in the world in some regard. Well, Simple, now he's a second AWP for his team. Guardian's the main AWP, and, you know, Simple just takes it whenever he feels it. And Zywoo, yeah, you'll see games where he just won't even buy it. Well, he'll just stick with an AK and a Krieg. And fair enough, considering how good that Krieg is. But, yeah, it's just kind of an interesting factor here for Vitality. Kind of less so on this team than Simple and Na'Vi. But, yeah, it's nice to show the depth of these players. They're not just a one-trick pony.
Also, I think with the Krieg being so strong right now, that's really opened the doors for this hybrid play to be that much more powerful, right? The Krieg is almost the intense middle ground between an AWP and a rifle. Zywoo has that AWP back in hand, and he's been tagged by the nade early. He's holding for this peak, and they're going to try and boost up on the right side. Zywoo, there's X-Pro taking one to the dome. RPK coming in to save the day, and they know that flying is here. These rotations are coming in now for Invictus. They start to move players toward this B site. It's only one man, though. Koshak's got to help flying out of danger. Over towards the bench. He gets into this aggressive stance on the truck, and now he's dropped the bomb.
They're on the site.
Big round from flying, but they're already past him. Zywoo and Apex, they've shut it down. It's back into a 2v2 now, and the rotation's only just arriving. Even then, Vadim's the first man in. Fjorn is a long way away, taking this short rotation. Molotov is going to deny his peak for even longer. And this bomb has already been ticking for a little while. Invictus, they've got to pick up the pace now.
So much utility being used by Vitality, sorry, double Molotov and the smoking market. Zywoo getting the AWP off, and Fjorn is down to 50. Zywoo's just going to grab that AWP. He knows that Apex will win the round if the time does not. And Zywoo doesn't even get the AWP. He's chasing, he's rapping, he's on the hunt, and he's got Fjorn pinned in on Catwalk. Oh my, even making the jump up. Fjorn doubles back though, and Zywoo should have his kill, but no, he doesn't check the corner, and Fjorn will get away with it. Oh, no, that's unfortunate. No survivors, no players kept alive here for Invictus. They would have loved that gun, but instead it will be Vitality taking an 8-0 lead. And yeah, Flying, great kills. I love that reposition, right? He gets up on the car, he drops a bomb, kills Alex, but for some reason just not aware that two players had dropped in through the window and were on the site. Gets caught out by that.
What we were wondering about if there were any communication problems in this squad, and I'm pretty sure it was Koshak to come rotating in, one of the Russian players alongside Flying there. And Koshak was engaging the two remaining players in the site. He was fighting them, and Flying was still looking at the apartments. So you wonder if maybe that's a sign of some communication problems. Honestly, I don't know enough about this team to comment. So.
No.
But that certainly seemed like there was a bit of a problem for them there. In this round, at least that Palace aggression has allowed them to strip an AK from the side of Vitality. You can maybe look to get that onto one of these armored players. However, Vitality is just going back to B, and with 3 players for Invictus over towards that A side of the map right now, and only Flying here, he's got a hell of a lot to do, and only a Deeg to get it done with.
Yeah, Koshak's killed Alex in the meantime coming up catwalk. That will give away this B play. Smoke on the Molotov, but will they fall for it? Flying getting a kill. RPK clears car, and Flying getting shot from 2 positions at once. It's another 2vx on the B-bomb site for Vitality, and they are already pulling it back to a 2-on-2. RPK not ready for the plant just yet. No rush. His teammate's on Cat, but Apex has the cross. He's got it covered, so no... Wow, okay. Molly onto RPK does kill him, and Fjorn's walked through the smoke. Does Apex read this? Yes, he does, and he's got the kill as well. 9 rounds for Vitality. It's just looking too easy, Harry. Not a single round being put up on the CT side here for Invictus. Not even really getting close. These 2vx's, you know, back on Nuke were ridiculous, and they've continued to be.
I love like this setup that Starladder have. This these screens beneath the players to show the kill stats. That's a nice little touch. And yeah, I mean, Vitality are just feeling so confident, right? And we knew they would, and the more that they're kind of getting proved right, it just makes them look more deadly. They're not even...
Oh no.
Well, trades back and forth, but ultimately the A site now belongs to Vitality. Vadim, the one man who can maybe put a stop to this, gets flashed out from the connector. He'll just concede this side of the map. Alex waiting on the other side. Flashbang's good. Oh, it's a bit messy. It's very, very messy. X-Pro's going to get that kill. Shox and Zywoo, well, Vitality, they've loved these 2vx's. In fact, all the French teams has as of late. However, now getting pincered, getting trapped. Shock's going to swing out with one. It's Zywoo suddenly in the 1v1. The AWP in the hands of Vadim has to come in clutch now for Invictus. Zywoo, he's going to get it. And Vitality 10-0. There's just, I mean, I don't know.
Zywoo just locked him in a cage, Harry. He mollies, not inside of Sandwich, but just below the stairs. And Vadim drops off. I don't know if that was purpose or not, but he goes into the stairwell, or the Sandwich rather, and he's trapped. He can't go anywhere. He's stuck behind a Molotov, and Zywoo just peeks him. So, doesn't really get much better than that. Nice flashbang from Zywoo going high to set his teammate up at the back of the site. Initially able to get a kill onto the player on the site. Palace push with the pistols. Shox is not ready for it. The flash was there, and finds a kill. Oh, 5-on-3. This is the best situation Invictus have had all game long, and it's on an eco as well. They've got a chance here. Apex needs to open up B if he wants to make this a Vitality round. There's only one man. He's stalling. Vadim doing a good job of not committing to the fight, and Apex will be forced into it, getting aggressive and losing his life. Well, we've seen some 2vx's, Harry, but this would be a whole lot more.
Oh, but Zywoo in the window, blindsiding the man in rotation. And now with him being here, Invictus, I'm curious if they're going to commit to this 3-man B hold. It would be the right read. RPK is in the apartments, but they spotted it and they didn't see him. RPK catches that man, doesn't actually find the kill. That nade could do great damage onto Koshak, and it's brought him down low. Zywoo still trying to activate on this flank. There is a man keeping an eye on it. X-Pro from CT has him dead to rights. And now RPK, 1v4. It's not going to happen. Invictus, they will get their first round on the board.
Oh, that's a good feeling. That's a weight off their shoulders, Harry. The 16-0 is no longer a factor here, as we were getting terrifyingly close to that being a a case. And I mean, you know, this is just Vitality getting a bit ahead of themselves, right? Just running through, you know, Shox dies in Palace, whatever, pistol push, and then his teammate just runs through a ramp smoke and tries to get trades. You know, it's Vitality going, we're 10-0 up, we don't really care, and we can do what we want. And finally they get punished. And that's nice to show that they are still mortal, but now going back into a round where they're undoubtedly not going to be playing as loose to try and shut down this economy. ZywOo looking for those AWP kills on B. Lots of Molotovs. Flying's up on the car, and ZywOo is slow peeking this, but he won't get a kill unless he goes wide and wider than this angle. Flying is not going to peek into this, you would imagine. Knowing that AWP is in play, as ZywOo's already fired off a shot, so just holding close. Look at Shox as well. He's actually out ramp. He is in a very good position, and they are not ready for this. They're going to walk right into it. Fjorn going down. There's another player close towards the sandwich, but that smoke just creates so much illusion here for Vitality. Shox can play around it, try and isolate the site. Koshak hiding behind it, but Shox has seen him, and 2 kills up on A. That might force rotations, giving room to move inside of this B site for Vitality, but they're coming back towards A. Vadim spotting from the stairwell, and he does get himself a kill.
Oh no, Vadim. Oh, that fire. It's actually not spreading. He's still alive. They're closing the gap. How is he still going? Finally, ZywOo's going to get him.
Just running at him.
And now connector control taken for Vitality. X-Pro, can he find anything here? It doesn't look like it. RPK gives him a couple of opportunities there. They lose flying back in CT. And now just X-Pro remaining, but he's got it into the 1v2. Oh, baits the shot from ZywOo. Apex is the man that should have this round locked in. He's the fail-safe. He's the linchpin holding this all together. The connector flank comes in, and there's Apex solidifying an 11th now for Team Vitality.
What a play from Shox as well up on ramp, right? He just does so much work here. Getting out, I don't know how he got in that position. Must have just caught a timing through the smoke to get to Tetris, and Invictus try and reaggress and they go down. Also, Vadim stays alive for so long. I was surprised he's not re-peeking for those kills, knowing that his life was on a timer, but he just gets hunted with a pistol. 2 more AWPs here for Invictus on the Russians once again. Vadim in the connector, he's going to get mollied. Looks for the kill anyway. Alex has already crossed, though, in this timing. And ZywOo is behind the smoke, moving up.
His barrel could very well be on display, and I think it is, because that flash goes in from Alex, and it's perfect. They know that Vadim's in the connector. He's been playing this spot when he's had that AWP in hand. And so ZywOo's already posted up to try and deal with this. Missed shot there. You do spot him falling back towards Ticket. ZywOo's got him deep over towards the catwalk. And now Apex falling back into top mid, looking to retrieve that bomb. This feels like all the makings of a B split. You've got Alex in connector to keep the pressure on and try and cut off these rotations. And the bomb rejoining RPK. ZywOo ready to come in from short. Ooh. Alex will get found and dealt with. The nades coming out from ramp. So Invictus, they've just seen a man at connector. They've killed him. I know that there's a player at ramp as well, and now the B play coming in. X-Pro hidden in this corner, but RPK is one step ahead. Vadim, head on a swivel now. Cyclops mode, fully engaged, and he's looking for this bomb, but RPK's not missing a beat. Oh no, RPK in godlike form in this round. Bomb comes in for Vitality, and now with that planted 3-on-4 in the retake, Fjorn is still a long way away from getting into this one. The 2 players in market, they're desperate for anything, any sort of advantage. And Shox is even laying down the pain from catwalk. Oh God, stop feeding him. Finally, they get that trade. But it's not a round for Invictus. Vitality, they'll get a 12th.
Oh, even the tag with the AWP as well. Koshak's trapped. He's going to get spammed if he doesn't move now. And ZywOo has him on the exit. What an unbelievable round for RPK. We saw both his kills from the enemy perspective. And Harry, that first player in apartments, close tucked on Balk, we couldn't even see RPK get the kill. He wasn't around the corner yet. And RPK clearly covered in frames. If you want to be covered in frames, get yourself an NVIDIA GeForce graphics card, Harry. Lots of frames all the time. And Vitality, well, they're using them to great success. 12-1 right now on this T side. Invictus, low money here. ecoing for round number 15. But at this point, it's just a bit of a scrim, isn't it? You're just looking to see what you can practice up against Vitality, whether you can find anything that works. Smokes out on the site. Koshak, oh, he's got to play a blind, but RPK is down, and Alex is going to trade it out. Vitality are in A, and there's no one here to stop them. Fjorn coming in from that bench position. There is a kill from flying in the CT spawn. That's something. And it's opened up the possibility. No smoke down, so we're just going to stick it. Balls of steel right now, and no one even punishes him, Harry.
That's insane.
What?
Oh my goodness, he follows up on a flying. And oh dear, 3-on-3. ZywOo at least will get traded by Vadim from CT. That bomb is still out in the open. One player at ramp, Shocks up in the palace as well, and Alex cuts down the first man on the cross. Vadim spraying through, connects a couple of shots there. I think he knows that Shocks is here. The kill comes in, and X-Pro is low, but Shocks, he clutches it in the 1v2. A 13th round for Vitality. The weird thing is like all of these rounds have come down to one player surviving for the Vitality side. As long as you're getting the rounds, it doesn't matter. And when you're 13-1 up, they're just loving getting players into the clutch situation. ZywOo's smiling away as well, and never a good sign. Everyone's having a laugh over on the Vitality side.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I like it. Triple AWP, Harry. Why not? You know, they've been finding kills with them, so let's see what 3 can do. Vadim, only just getting up on Cat. He gets one shot, and it doesn't go too well. Shocks, he kills a close ramp player who had an AWP as well. I don't really know how that goes his way, but 4-on-3 as the trade is found, and Koshak's picked up that AWP. 2 of them still now in play for Invictus. They'll double stack the B site. It's a bit of a gamble, but it might pay off considering Apex is deep in the apartments as well. But they might walk through connector if they find this kill. Koshak needs to be very careful not to offer up an opening. RPK's waiting for it. Oh, he's been spotted, and he does get the frag. How does Koshak get away with that? RPK looked like he was ready. But Vitality will ditch this A site and go back into B. X-Pro getting dropped. And this was a double B setup here for Invictus, but they've unfortunately rotated flying off, and they'll come to regret that.
Oh, Koshak almost in with a kill there. This AWP has been good in his hands, and he'll be ready with a third. Koshak might just be ready to get a second round on the board. He's got to ace this if Invictus want to get it. An ace versus Vitality, that would be something, at least, for him to walk away with in this series. Still a long way off of getting it, though, and ZywOo is not missing a beat. 14-1 as Vitality steamroll that first half. Even more dominant than Nuke. A pistol and 1 round, that's more than enough for Vitality to take it. They're all smiling, they're all having a good time. Second half will be coming up after a short break, so stick around. Vitality fans are feeling good right about now, and Invictus fans, well, you know, you're watching them play, which is a nice thing, you know, in and of itself. 14-1 in favor of Vitality right now at the end of the first half. And this second half could be around about 4 minutes long if Vitality get their way.
I think that's optimistic. I'm not going to lie, Harry. Unless we're including like freeze time in that one. Vitality looking to make quick work here of Invictus. And this is the sad part, Harry. We talked about this back on the previous map. We're just not getting the chance to see what Invictus have to show for us on the T side. They had one rifle round on Nuke and they lost that. And now they have one pistol on Mirage. And if they lose that, Harry, they're not even going to get AKs. That's kind of sad. But that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Well, if they get a bomb plant, we could see Kriegs at least.
You're really trying to look positive.
I am. I'm always a positive guy. They might get more than that, though, because Flying already opening up onto RPK. Zywoo in with the trade. But Flying, how's he managed to get there? Zywoo turns around and shuts him down. And oh, it's chaos. It's chaos at the B bomb site. Bomb plant comes in. Vitality 3-on-3 in the retake. Now, we shouldn't see much success come through from Vitality till they lose one more man. And now that they've lost Zywoo, this is where we hope to see the 2VXs that they've been so good at. But this is just not coming in. Alex is forced away, 1 point of health, and he'll get shut down. Invictus, they get that all-important pistol. And so at least now we get to see AKs coming out for the T side.
That is a positive. I'm kind of glad they won the pistol, Harry, because if this is 16-1, that would have been a horrible way to open up the tournament for Invictus. They already lost 16-3 on the first map. That's a killer shot from Zywoo, and at least he, you know, he's probably apologizing like, sorry, I didn't know someone pushed through that market smoke. Not my bad. Not my bad. Got to watch all those smokes. 14-2, and the buy is in. We've got a Krieg, an AK, a Galil, 2 SMGs, and Vitality are forced, obviously, as they look to put a stop to this before it even starts, and Shock certainly might be able to with the MP9. Oh dear, he's found 2. That's the bomb, and AK's dropped at his feet. What? What do you even do?
Alex wants to go get an AK, but if he goes around this corner, he could be in for a nasty, nasty surprise. Also, it's only a Galil, so that's a bad surprise in and of itself.
He probably asked Shox to give him the AK because Shox is 7 HP, and Shox was like, just go get your own. Like, this is mine, buddy. I'm keeping this gun. I'm walking top mid with my knife out. Fjorn's got through connector somehow, just swapping position with Shox. They walk back to back as he comes out of underpass, and a 5-on-2 either way as Vitality do deal with it, and they are looking to clean up this round. Oh!
Shots! Oh my God!
Forget the rifle.
Away.
Forget the rifle.
Oh my word! Shoxy is showing no remorse today. He's the only one who isn't having a laugh on Vitality. He's just still sat there fragging out like a madman.
He wants a smoke break, Harry, and he might get one pretty soon.
Yeah, this was disgusting. And then 7 points of health. Look at this. Look. Boop. Oh, well, he's gone. Ah, there's the other. Jeez. Oh.
We were excited for the rifle rounds.
Yeah.
Harry. Well, now we've got another eco, a force buy. It's 15-2.
Match and series point for Vitality. Yeah. And they've gotten more and more efficient as the maps have ticked on. They might be about to close this one out in an even more dominant fashion.
There's a pick, though. Vadim from the Palace taking down Shox. He was on top of the balcony. Zywoo getting tagged as well. This CZ from range actually getting a kill. Fjorn walks through the smoke and takes down Zywoo. That is fair enough from Invictus. A 5-on-3, but oh dear, Apex, I thought he would have that kill, but Koshak is so quick. Any more from him? Alex getting tagged. This is still losable, though. Every round is when you're 15-2 down, but they've made the right read. Vitality rotating back towards that A site. Invictus will clear out B. It's empty. No one here to stop them. And there should be a bomb plant and a 1 round. Vitality going to put their head in, try and get a bit of an idea as to what's going on. But with that bomb planted, they know they're not going to retake this round. So may as well save the Krieg. You don't want to give that back to the terrorists here. And Vitality are going to concede a 3rd. Not really too much of a problem, though.
Yeah, once again, maybe Vitality getting a bit ahead of themselves there up against the Deegs of Invictus.
Can you blame them, though?
Oh, no, not at all, right? Not one bit. That's the thing. They've just looked so comfortable throughout this entire matchup thus far, as we expected. Rifles back in for Invictus now, and we will get to see a rifle round versus, I mean, I'm curious how they're going to divvy up the money on the side of Vitality, right? It might not be a full
every man for himself.
rifle.
Every man for himself, Harry. That's it's the Shocks effect. It's a 7 HP AK.
Those 2 players saving at least allows you to drop some guns around, and they have juggled that cash around so that they've got really 4 rifles here. This buy is perfect. We get to see AKs versus rifles for Vitality. Our first real look at a rifle-on-rifle round from the T side of Invictus. ZywOo going aggressive into the apartments. He'll get away with a tag and then duck out of danger. He's going back in for more, and he's tagged up another. This scout is delivering damage. ZywOo and Apex making quick work of the B play, and it's all falling apart for Invictus. Into the moors of B they go, and LeTank is there to solidify that 16-13 win. They'll take Mirage. They take this series 2-0 dominantly, as we expected. Vitality, they're not sleeping right now. They're here to do well at this event. They're showing no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, right. That was not a game they should ever really have been tested on, but it's just more of a statement from Vitality showing that, okay, yeah, we're not going to have any problems. We are here today to show what we've got. And Invictus, well, they don't really get much of a chance to show what they've got. They get 6 rounds across 2 maps here with Nuke and Mirage, both falling in favor of Vitality. Invictus, they're going to get another chance, so they've got one more best of 3 to potentially get themselves out of this rut. And you can't really be too upset if you're Invictus here, right? Inexperienced team at this level, coming up against an incredible French roster and falling apart as you would expect. But we'll get to see more from Invictus moving forward in the future, and at least for Vitality, where they set themselves up for the tournament run of their dreams.
Yeah, and I think, coming into this looking so dominant versus a team that we anticipated them to win against, that's a brilliant thing for Vitality. The big worry for me was if it was going to be one of those famed French slow starts, right, where even if they let Invictus kind of get, like 15 rounds across both maps, that in and of itself could feel like a bit of a blow if you're Vitality. We wanted them to come in looking strong, and they look stronger than ever, right? We're having great performances from our PK. He's looking really good. We had big moments from everyone on the Vitality side. I mean, I don't even just want to...
There's no point listing the rosters, man. Yeah, because they're about to show the graphic with the 5 best players, and that's going to have, well, all of Vitality. We do as well have an interview coming up in a minute as well to talk about with Vitality. But I mean, they've set themselves up for a good run at this tournament, and I have high expectations. We saw them fall apart a little bit in the Pro League in some matchups they shouldn't have. They dropped their best map, Dust 2 to Sprout. That was a huge, crazy situation. But by and large, we know what this team can achieve, and more time is all they need to really get out of this rut. Maybe give some time for Shocks to feel comfortable, and I think that is starting to show through as well. Shocks looks good. He's had some great rounds, and I don't expect Vitality to have too rough of a time here in Belek either.
Yeah, and that makes the whole tournament a lot more exciting, right? Because coming into this, obviously with some roster changes for a couple of the teams here, there are some question marks. There are some things that have the potential to go very, very well and make this tournament that much more exciting, or there was the chance for things to fall apart. I think for Vitality looking so comfortable now, that set us up for another team that we wanted to have showing up. To reach a playoff position. And at least, in terms of storylines for the entire event, it's just become that much more exciting as a result.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, it's not like we can look too deeply into this match and be like, well, Vitality, they're here to win, boys. That was a game that if they lose, like you said, if they lose 15 rounds across 2 maps, not great, so they don't even get close. They lose 6 rounds across 2 maps, and now the next matchup we're going to have, at least on this stream, is going to be Fnatic Imperial as well. That's going to be fun. Another potentially one-sided game, but we know what those Brazilian rosters can do. They love to impress. They love to upset. Think back to Furia, coming into this year just looking incredible. I'd like to say the same again about the Chinese rosters. We've seen them have success in StarSeries before, but maybe not this one. However, Imperial could be a different story.
Yeah, I think, one of the things with Brazilian Counter-Strike, the thing that's so hard to play against is they do just play such like a hyper-aggressive style. At least, like for the most part, I feel like, we've seen that like plateau out a little bit as it became reasonably readable. That was always one of the things is like surprise factor carries a lot of weight. And I think, with Asian teams, that used to be the similar story, right? People used to say they show up and they just play such a crazy, unique style of Counter-Strike. It was hard to play against at first. And we've really seen that kind to drop off, even extending to the realms of the likes of Tai Lu, Vici, MVP, these teams that are, you know, a little more well-known from that Asia region. But I tell you what, Hugo, we can stop speaking. We can give this one over to Parla. He's standing by with an interview down on the show floor.
Hey guys, down on the floor with Vitality after their pretty strong win over Invictus. Alex, talk to me about that game overall. It looked quite comfortable.
Yeah, very comfortable. We started off kind of shaky, like we won a 2v4 to win our first round, I think it was. Our first buy round on T-side nuke, and then from there we were in control of the game. And pretty much the same thing on Mirage, won the pistol, and we were just in control all the way through.
Why did you get so many rounds on that T-side of nuke?
We knew that they like to play aggressive. Like as soon as we'd take one position, they would push another. So we just waited for them to do that, and we were on point individually. So yeah, everything went well.
Alex, personally, do you like to get things started off earlier on day one as opposed to having maybe a longer lie-in?
It's never good to start off the day. I think like never know what can happen on the first day, first game. But no, yeah, it's fine. We were prepared. We were up nice and early, ready for the game. So
yeah, I mean, we had a chat yesterday. We did a bit of content, a bit of interviewing, and I think you were in good spirits. Overall, how's the mood in the team? Yeah,
we're enjoying playing together. Especially outside of the game, we have a lot of fun, so it just helps in game as well.
Yeah, it seemed as though the nail in the coffin for Invictus was on that second round of the second half of Mirage, where you guys force bought. Alex, was that your decision or a team decision?
Yeah, it's my decision. We were far ahead, so it's just make sure we had enough money in our first proper buy round to win it and seal it early.
And Alex, what's going to be up for you and the team over the rest of today?
So probably relax. The boys will have some time off before coming back to prepare for North or Mouse, I think it is, we're playing later. So I'll watch the demos with the coach and the others can relax.
Congratulations, Alex, on the victory. You and the team are looking fantastic. Best of luck over the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, nice little interview there with Paolo and Alex, the in-game leader and the British player, the resident Brit here for Vitality, the French roster.
I love it because he's still got like the very, very British accent, but then it's got like a French twang to it, and it's very unique. I love Alex's voice, man. I'm a big fan. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I feel like he didn't really have a lot to say in that interview, largely because what can you say? What can you take away? One thing that I did like, at least, is we saw some good stuff from Koshak and Flying in this map. Koshak, obviously, look, this is the first time we've seen Invictus even on this kind of like MVP board. So big fan of that. No, I don't see that. Now that I'm seeing these numbers, Hugo, I don't know if are these right. I swear I don't remember seeing 24 kills come through.
I'm struggling to find out where the 33 for Zaiwu was from, because he got 21 in the second map. He got 19 in the first map. So math's a little bit off there, but either way, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Zaiwu looking good today, and that's kind of what we wanted, right? We didn't want Vitality to be sleepers here. It's, as Alex said, and, you know, we were talking to Carrigan last night as well, you know, that first game of the day, that first match of the tournament is always scary. You know, if you wake up on the wrong side of bed, who knows what can happen? You know, at the end of the day, sometimes the more warmed up team, sometimes, you know, you're just feeling it, Harry. You know, when you wake up nice and early, well, you don't know that, but you know when you wake up eventually at 5 p.m., you drag yourself out of bed and you're like, oh, time for some Counter-Strike. Well, that's how Vitality were feeling today. And, well, a couple of 16 threes to start off our morning. We have more Counter-Strike, though, coming up after the break. It's going to be Fnatic taking on Imperial, the Brazilian boys, versus the Swedish. Join us in just a few minutes for that.